Oh my goodness, guys. We have some big stuff to talk about on this version of the Apocaflix podcast. We are going to be diving into the news that Mahershala Ali has officially been revealed as Blade in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As you can tell from my tone of voice, I am losing my mind over this right now. A little bit of preface here. You may have listened to the Black Widow video that we did, and I had mentioned that I was actually at Comic-Con this weekend, but not in attendance of the panel. And so I was keeping up to date on that stuff, and I was hearing it very quickly. Obviously, news travels very fast, a la social media, and of course there. But yeah, I mean, look, Marvel revealed a lot this weekend. The stuff with the Eternals. We have the Disney Plus shows, with all of those. The Black Widow stuff, and the big one, as they did with Brie Larson a few years ago, as far as Captain Marvel goes, they brought Mahershala Ali out, and he revealed via a hat that they're bringing Blade back. They are officially bringing Blade back, and he's going to be in the MCU, and it's going to be a film. A lot of people are questioning whether or not it's going to be a series or a film. It is going to be a film, and before I get to my thoughts on the casting, I just want to say this at the top. Kevin Feige has revealed that it's not in Phase 4, and it is a Phase 5 film, and so we will not see it for a few years. Kevin Feige did say that the Phase 4 slate that was revealed on Saturday is the slate, and there will be nothing else involved. And so we will be seeing 10 projects, 5 films, 5 TV series over the next 2 years, and that is Phase 4, and then they're moving on to Phase 5, which will include Blade, more than likely Captain Marvel 2, Black Panther 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and so on. And so, but I mean, let's get to the casting real quick. I mean, this is bonkers. I mean, obviously, we would have all loved to have seen Wesley Snipes come back as a character because of how great he was as that character in the early 2000s. Very much part of the reason why comic book movies are as good as they are today. Blade and X-Men were the two that really kind of kicked it all off, and everything kind of fell from that. Yes, it's a separate world. It's a very different type of world. The Marvel movies now, as far as the MCU, don't relate to those whatsoever. But those movies really kind of set the tone for comic book movies going forward. And Wesley Snipes was the perfect choice for that character back then. A lot would argue that he can do it now, and I agree with that. I do, but in this day and age with the MCU, you need someone who's going to be willing to play it for multiple years down the line, who can play it for multiple years down the line. Now, I'm not saying he can't. I'm really not saying he can't, because he probably can. But when you get a name like Mahershala Ali, who has won 2 Academy Awards, right, who knows a little bit about the Marvel process. Obviously, he was in like 4 episodes of the first season of Luke Cage. So he had a short stint there. He's one of the best actors in the world working, and he wants to do it. Now, I don't know if everyone got to see this, but if you haven't, this is going to be a really cool tidbit for you guys. Marvel didn't approach him, and they may have been in the process of casting, and they very well could have had him on the list. He called them. He planned a meeting with them. He asked his agent, "Hey, can you get me a meeting? I want to meet with these guys." And Kevin Feige, on the carpet afterwards, the panel, he got an interview with Fandango, and Kevin Feige said, "When Mahershala Ali wants to meet, you take the meeting." And then he goes on to say, like, we sat down, we talked, and then he said, he got right to the point, and he goes, "Blade." And Kevin Feige responded by saying, "Yes." And so it basically happened right away. It was an instant, just kind of take and go, and they just accepted it right away. And I think that it's the perfect casting. It really is. They couldn't have gone wrong with this move. Yes, there's other actors that could play the part just as much as he could, but it's Mahershala Ali. This guy has done no wrong over the last few years. He's been magnificent in every single role that he has, taken on. Green Book, one of my favorite films of that year. He absolutely murdered that role. He was in Moonlight before that. Obviously, True Detective Season 3, right? He led that show to what it became, and kind of brought the power back to that show. It's just, it I'm so surprised that I'm surprised because Marvel has time and time again gotten names like this for their roles and for their films when, 10 years ago, actors like this were coming nowhere near these films. Nowhere near these films. Like, just think about the people that they brought on stage on Saturday, right? Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. Rachel Weisz, an Academy Award winner, is in a Black Widow movie. Mahershala Ali is playing Blade, a vampire human hunter in a way. The Daywalker, right? He's playing freaking Blade. I mean, that's among so many other great actors that are on that stage with them. I mean, I could go on for days because the list is just endless. I mean, Jeffrey Wright is playing the Watcher. I mean, that guy's incredible at everything he does, and so I'm surprised that I'm so surprised by the move when I shouldn't be because it just makes so much sense. It is so perfect in so many different ways, and I am so excited to see it down the line. Um, I mean, seeing a MCU version of Blade, and yes, it probably will not be like super hard R like the old Blades were, but there's a chance because Marvel now has the rights to X-Men, right? Deadpool's going to have to stay in that vein if it's going to be successful, right? Because they're more than likely going to keep Ryan Reynolds on, and they're going to play in that sandbox, but he has to stay that similar vein, that similar character. Why can't Blade do the same thing, right? I mean, arguably Daredevil on Netflix, and rightfully so, it's not a Marvel Studios project, but Daredevil on Netflix was R. I mean, that was like a hard R. And so I could definitely see them doing an R version of Blade and then finding a way to work it away into the universe. And speaking of that, in that little carpet interview that Kevin Feige was talking with, he had mentioned Doctor Strange, and he said that now that we have Doctor Strange in here and we got him in the universe, we now have a way to we now feel comfortable bringing Blade into this world and finding a way to make him work. And so that's a very interesting statement because is Doctor Strange going to be the character that kind of bleeds this character into this world, right? That kind of brings him in slowly, or is he going to be introduced in a Doctor Strange 3, or is Doctor Strange going to be in a Blade movie like a cameo in a way? It's very exciting, and I mean, I don't know if it'll happen, but seeing a Benedict Cumberbatch Doctor Strange and a Mahershala Ali Blade on the same screen together is just absolutely mind-boggling, and so. Either way, it's just incredible, and I'm so excited to see this character. And I think that it shows again why Marvel is king. They are the king of absolutely everything right now, and they continue to make moves that that are just shocking to us all. And it's funny, I saw a meme on social media earlier of it said Marvel fans 2 months ago, and it was a gentleman standing in a desert with his mouth all super dry, waiting for something to happen, and then it scrolled down and said Marvel fans now, and it was it was someone happily swimming in a lake full of the moisture in the water and everything. It's like we got everything we wanted. We really got everything we wanted, and it was the perfect cherry on top to bring him out and announce a Blade project because everyone has been wondering. And yes, it doesn't come for a few years, but now our gears are going, right? Now we're really thinking of what's going to happen. What are they really doing? Is everything on the table now? Because Marvel has everything under their banner. They have everything. And if they're bringing a character like Blade to the screen, and possibilities are endless. They are absolutely endless with every character, and I'm so excited to see it happen. Um, and so, yeah, I mean, I think it's just, I mean, obviously this video it clearly shows that I'm just losing my mind over this, and I think it's a perfect choice, and I think it's really cool. He's the perfect actor. I think, like I mentioned, he's one of my favorite working today. He's one of the biggest working today, and so seeing that role by him is going to be a very, very cool thing down the line. And so I'm very excited. I know you guys are very excited, but let me know specifically how excited you are down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys on this one because this is a very big movement. It's definitely the hot topic coming out of Comic-Con as far as the Marvel Studios panel. And so, again, head down in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this news as far as Mahershala Ali playing Blade, the Daywalker, in the MCU down the line. Of course, hit that subscribe button. More subscriptions mean more videos like this and more conversations, and we love doing this, and so that would definitely help. Of course, like and share. That always helps as well. And then social media. You guys know the business on there. Apocaflix movies on everything. So, again, I am Jake Berlin. This is my conversation on the Apocaflix podcast about Mahershala Ali as Blade. Some big news. And again, we'll be diving into it a little bit more down this week on our comic book show, which we are officially bringing back because, I mean, with all this news coming out, why not? So check that out later this week and let us know what you think of that as well. So again, I'm Jake. This is Apocaflix Movies, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
Hey everyone, Jacob Bartley here. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out something similar from Apocaflix Movies, click this video up here. You want something a little bit different? Check out this video down here. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to Apocaflix Movies and let us know your thoughts in the comments section. We always love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.